Thank you for joining us. I'm Tip Campbell. The Electoral College is an often misunderstood process. Let's take a closer look at this issue and the mystery surrounding it. As Election Day 2020 arrives, voters are heading to the polls to choose a president. However, one of our nation's most talked about institutions is also one of the least understood. APSU-TV spoke with students wanting to know more about the process.
Not sure how that works.
The Electoral College is a process that is used to select our president and vice president of the United States.
Where we stand currently is that for a candidate to win, they need a minimum of 270 electoral votes to win.
The elections of 2000 and 2016 make understanding the Electoral College even more confusing.
How can somebody win the popular vote but they don't win the election? Because popular vote, that's like more people who obviously want that person to be the president.
They have to win enough electoral votes, meaning they have to win enough states. Based on the states, then, we can end up where a 2016 happens.
The Electoral College actually isn't one place. About 5 weeks after you and I go cast our votes, they then, members of the Electoral College, they're real people, they cast their ballots to the party to which they are pledged.
Reporting for APSU-TV, I'm Tip Campbell. The presidential race is not the only election in Montgomery County. APSU-TV's Chase Cordy spoke with candidates in the Ward 9 race for City Council.
On a bitter, rainy October afternoon, voters and candidates showed up to the polls to fulfill their duties. The Ward 9 City Council race is very tight. Scott Comperry, Karen Reynolds, Christopher Lanier, and Brad Morrow all have been to the polls this week to broadcast to the public of Clarksville. Scott Comperry says that his administration puts emphasis on supporting the police of Clarksville. With Election Day just around the corner, Brad Morrow explains the importance of a city council person.
The job is to manage taxpayer resources to effectively steward the city in a growth direction.
Brad Morrow and Karen Reynolds both say that their time in the military has helped prepare them for this position.
So at Fort Campbell, it is my job to take a vision and then we tease it out and actually go all the way down to how does it affect the end user and build it back up to build the vision back up to the overarching goals.
I'm a combat veteran. I was a combat leader. Those circumstances basically helped me keep everything in perspective.
Christopher Lanier says his experience owning a business makes him a suitable candidate for the position.
Running a business is like running the city. You know, you have to make decisions based on, budgets and what's best for your entity.
One thing all the candidates can agree on is that it's important to vote. I'm Chase Cordy with APSU News.
Another local election on the ballot for Montgomery County residents is the Ward 11 race for City Council. Our reporter, Laura Nutt, discussed issues with the candidates running for office in Ward 11.
Election Day is here, and almost everyone is anxious for what the results will bring. As exciting as the presidential election may be, it is important to remember that the local government has a more direct impact on you and your community. Ward 11 has 3 city council candidates that are ready to help Clarksville thrive. Ashley Evans is a mom, APSU student, and considers herself a reflection of the average Clarksvillian. She highlights how her experiences can aid her in helping Clarksville's government reflect the wishes of the people.
I do feel like I represent a majority that live in Clarksville. I've worked in the service industry and I'm a student. That's kind of where a lot of folks are who live in Clarksville. So I could be that voice.
Jimmy Brown is a sergeant with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and believes that his experience will give him a better insight as to what Ward 11 needs.
Being able to look at the big picture as for like the subdivisions, the traffic, the crime, would be a big asset to have on the city council.
Gary Norris is the incumbent councilman for Ward 11 and stresses the importance of reaching out to your local representatives.
I wish more people would attend planning commission meetings, city council meetings, city council or city committee meetings, and tell me how they feel about the issues we discuss every month. So more people would have a voice in the decisions I make. I need their input to help me make the best decisions for the city of Clarksville and Ward 11.
City council members are supposed to represent you, so help them by getting involved with your local government. Reporting for APSU-TV News, I am Lauren Utt.
With the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, changing temperatures, and higher than normal voting forecast, Montgomery County residents face uncertainty when heading to the polls. I spoke with the Montgomery County Election Administrator to find out how the election is being handled this year. Let's take a look. It's time to cast your ballot. Many first-time voters wonder what they should expect at the polls. APSU-TV spoke with Elizabeth Black, Administrator of Elections for Montgomery County.
You know, if it's cold that day, be prepared to maybe have to wait outside because we're not allowing as many people in at a time to bunch up in the lobby areas. We will have, hand sanitizer for workers. We're going to do when you use a pen, you take a pen. And we will do the popsicle sticks again for folks to use to push the buttons if they choose to do so.
Voters are also reminded to bring their driver's license or passports with them to the polls.
If they have any questions, our poll workers are there to help. They're trained to show them how to work the machine before they ever push any buttons, do any of that kind of stuff, so they don't need to be afraid of that. And they should just expect an efficient experience. We pride ourselves on that and hope to continue it through November for sure.
This is Tip Campbell reporting for APSU-TV News. Thanks for watching, and remember to let your voice be heard on November 3rd.